was blessed to grow up around Black men who worked hard, protected their families, and taught values. Now, I know that's not everyone's experience, but I want to talk about what those men meant to me and why I think those examples still matter. Recently, and when I say recently, I would say over the past 40, 50 years, I believe that the system in place had to destroy or try to attempt to destroy the Black family. The system understood something and was very observant. The system knew that if you took the world's most powerful man, with the Black man, and you took the world's strongest woman, which is the Black woman, if they could separate that dynamic, they will be able to accomplish destroying us from within. Ladies, I know that we have been able to be accomplished. We've been able to get degrees and certain statuses throughout society. We've been able to buy homes. We've been able to start businesses. We've been able to do all that successfully. But we forgot about our rib. We forgot about the man, which is important. Life cannot go on any further without the man. For the most part, our men have been villainized. When you take the first movie or motion picture made, which was The Birth of a Nation, you see how they villainized the Black man. I'm not a fan at all of Obama, but I remember him saying one thing that he too noticed before he was a senator or before he became president, how when he walked by certain communities, how certain women would clutch their purses. Our Black men were looked upon to be feared. There's also another artist by the name of Black Violinist, and he says how he's like 250 pounds and he's a Black man, but he is so talented with that violin. And how when he gets into elevators, how, people are threatened of him because of his size, and he's Black, but how he felt intimidated, that people felt that way about him. But then he began to realize that that was a sign of power, because he knew he was not out to harm anyone. The majority of us, or Black men, they're not out to harm anybody. But not only are they powerful physically, they are powerful mentally. And once upon a time, not long ago, they were more powerful spiritually. And I feel, and I hate using feel, but I'm going to say, after observing what used to be, in terms of how I saw my father and my grandfather and my uncles and my cousins, how I've seen them, and how I know to this day they are 10 toes down in protecting our family. Society doesn't like to see that. The powers that be doesn't like to see that. But one thing that I do love most, and that I have seen with my own two eyes recently, and pretty much has always been the case, Black men love their children for the most part. Even to this day, I see my brothers out here picking up their children from school. I see them taking their children to the store, having one in their arms and holding the hands of another. I see my brothers on the football field teaching and supporting Pop Warner teams. And it was the system that manipulated and that poisoned the minds of women, in my opinion, to make us think that we don't need a man. And that cannot be further from the truth. In today's political and social environment, we are walking around without a leader. There are a lot of Black congressmen, Black senators, and things like that, but very few of these politicians that are our brothers. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about American Blacks that are working in the best interests of us. For they have been bought with a price, and they're not working in our interest. And I'm not going to pretend that it's easy to go against the grain, because it's easier just to fall in line. But it takes a special leader to say, I came into this position for all people, but especially my people, and I'm going to make sure that we have the best representation possible. So we as a people are starting to wake up and see that those who have been bought are not really for us. But there are men on the grassroots level that are making differences in our community. And those men are to be applauded. So I'm not going to hold this video long. But we need those James Evans. We need those Bill or the Huxtables. We need George Jefferson. We need those types of fathers that stood 10 toes down for their families and their communities. I'm blessed. Oh yes, I'm blessed. Because I have a father that's still living, that's an excellent father, does the best he can by everybody. I have uncles, and especially my Uncle C, I called him, 10 toes down. I have cousins, male cousins that have came to the rescue so many times and are ready for anything when it comes down to me. I have a former pastor. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. We are blessed, and we cannot take for granted those type of men that are still putting in work for their families and for our communities. We can't take that for granted. So ladies, it doesn't have to be, I don't celebrate holidays. It doesn't have to be a Father's Day to tell the men in your life and in your community, and even men that you don't know that you may see at the store that may have their kids, encourage that man, because they are truly under attack and have been for some time now. And it's up to us as the neck to hold that head up. Let me know what you think. I love my brothers, like Angie Stone said, black brother, strong brother. There is no one above you. I feel her on that. I feel India Arie. And unfortunately, we do have some busters out there. Unfortunately, like Trick Daddy and those who do not see the importance of life and of preservation and of traditions. We have those. We have a lot of those. And those are the ones that society likes to showcase. But for those who are standing 10 toes down, ladies, let them know what they mean to you. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. May the Most High bless.